السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. أما بعد. This is Syed Answers, and I'm here to talk to you about a lockdown that took place. Not the coronavirus lockdown, not COVID-19, another lockdown. And it took place in 2018 in the world's largest democracy. And it was not because some new virus or infection came out that was going to kill people. No. In fact, why it took place is really not clear. But what is clear is that it's wrong. I'm talking about India, the world's largest democracy, and its current regime, the Modi regime, and how Narendra Modi, the new Prime Minister of India, had facilitated a lockdown of India's formerly autonomous region of Kashmir until recently, almost 2 years ago, where Kashmir was annexed and its people were just forced to be house arrested without reason. Ever since 1947, when India and Pakistan became a separate country, it was always agreed upon by both sides. Both sides disputed over Kashmir, but for a long time, the Indian part of Kashmir, that the India's portion of Kashmir, because Kashmir has been split in half due to different wars, India's side was always autonomous. It was allowed to determine its own government, its own local government, and it was considered an autonomous region until Modi came in power. Then when Modi came in power, he all of a sudden decided it was okay to revoke Kashmir's autonomy and annex Kashmir. And now the army has been in Kashmir. Indian army has been in Kashmir for 2 years with no real explanation as to why. And no world news outlets are allowed inside Kashmir, and the people inside Kashmir are not allowed to leave. And the United Nations has turned a blind eye. Even though Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan came to the UN and brought his concerns up to the United Nations, there has been a collective silence by the world. And I hope to break that silence today. Ya Ahlul Kashmir, O people of Kashmir, this is for first and foremost an act of worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to speak up when injustice is taking place. And more importantly, this is for you guys too. Yarhamkumullah. May Allah have mercy on you all, the people of Kashmir, and Yahdikumullah, to Modi and his government. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purify your heart, make you a better human being, and bring you to the fold of Islam so you don't oppress people in the manner that you are doing now, inshallah. So I have a spoken word here that I've written called Islam's Response to Modi's Politics, essentially Islam's response to Kashmir's a revocation of Kashmir's autonomy. Here we go.
Let's end this. I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Kashmir's on lockdown. Modi's angry again. He took offense because I rose up again. Is it my fault or his own insecurities? Every time he lies, he's only endorsing me. But I guess there's no fun in ignoring me. He hates and dislikes, and more are converting despite his alt-right fight. And he can blame me, but the problem ain't me. I'm not the one kidnapping young boys unlike the BJP. And I can be the villain, but can't sit back when India's minorities are taking a whipping. Can you see there's a problem with your policy? All your government's doing is destroying its own country. You're always told, speak up against injustice. Be the change that you want to witness. You're always told, speak up against injustice. Be the change that you want to witness. That's Gandhi Giri from the Mahatma Truly, celebrating Gandhi Jayanti when the bullet that killed him came from RSS. Why, Modi? Celebrating Gandhi Jayanti when the bullet that killed him came from the RSS. Why, Modi? I think I have an answer. The Prophet ﷺ said, help your brother whether he is the oppressed or the oppressor by seizing his hand. Modi, you are very ignorant about the life after this life, and very naive to think that you are getting away with what you're doing. There is a place called hell, and someone who followed in the exact same footsteps as you, Adolf Hitler, exact same footsteps as you, was also very ignorant about this place. He didn't think that there was going to be a day of judgment where for every single Jew, gypsy, and every other minority that he persecuted, put in gas chambers, incinerated, he did not think that there was going to be a day of judgment where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his maker, was going to call him forth and make him answer for all of what he did. And Hitler did not understand that there was a place called Jahannam, hellfire, where he could be burned 6 million times and continuously counting, because he would not die. Hell is not a place where you die. You are burned alive, then your skin is replaced, and the cycle continues. And it hurts more after each time. You never get adjusted to it. I'm trying to save you from that place. Tell me, would any other deen on this earth have that much concern for you? Would any other religion on this earth have that much concern for you? Since I physically cannot seize your hand, what I can do is speak out against you. Modi, reconsider your actions. There is still time. If you stop what you're doing now, you can change your course in the next life. You've been warned. Make good decisions, because once you pass away, there's no going back.